Good morning student. This is our third lecture from chapter human reproduction. Okay. As earlier in second lecture like first and second lecture we already discussed about the male reproductive system, where we discuss about primary sex organ in male, secondary sex organ in male like accessory duct and accessory glands. Okay, as same we discuss here female reproductive system. Okay, on screen you have to be seen, this is the structure of female reproductive system. Before describing the primary sex organ and secondary sex organ or genitalia part or external genitalia part of female reproductive system, we have to be look female reproductive system, and there are some important structure like you seen in the slide. There is ovary. Okay, ovary produce the egg cells, we call it ova or oocytes. Then it transport to the fallopian tube where fertilization occurs. Then the fertilized egg then moves to the uterus, and where the uterine lining, which is very thick, and we call them endometrium. Okay, in response to the normal hormone of the reproductive cycle. Okay, next one is fallopian tube. We also called it oviduct. Means fallopian tube is the site of fertilization, and the main side of fallopian tube where sperm and egg get close to each other and fertilize. That part is ampulla squamous junction. We already also discuss in next part. Okay, next there is uterus where fetus develop, and it also called womb. Okay beta. Cervix. Cervix is the narrow passage at the opening of the place where a baby grow inside the mother cell. Okay, next vagina. Okay, vagina is the passage in the body of a woman that connect the outer sex organ to part where a baby grow. If we if you know about the hymen, as you heard many times about the hymen, and there lots of problem over there. Means what is hymen? Hymen is thin piece of skin that partially cover the entrance to the vagina. Means having a stretched hymen or a torn hymen does not necessarily means a woman has lost her virginity. Okay. Labia minora. Labia minora is a part of cutaneous fold that begin at the clitoris and extend towards. Okay. So beta, this is all about the important parts in female reproductive system. Okay, now we go with the division of female reproductive system, as we already discussed about the division of male reproductive system, where we already talk about the primary sex organ in male, secondary sex organ in male, external genitalia in male. Same here we discuss about the female reproductive system. Here we also divided female reproductive system in three parts, means primary sex organ, secondary sex organ, and external genitalia. Okay, so the female reproductive system consists of the following. First one is primary sex organ. What is primary sex organ? Those part which produce gametes, and the female gamete is egg. Okay, so where it generate from ovary. That's why primary sex organ in female is ovary. Okay, secondary sex organ, there we included two parts, accessory duct and accessory glands. Okay, in accessory duct we have to be discussed pair of oviduct, we also call it fallopian tube, uterus, cervix, and vagina. Okay, in accessory gland we talk about the mammary glands, and the third part external genitalia, this is a vulva. Okay, now beta, we are discuss all these, elaborate all these from primary sex organ. Okay, now primary sex organ is ovary, so we here first discuss about ovary. Okay, so ovary are the primary female sex organ that produce the female gametes, we call that ovum, and it also produce several steroid hormone or ovarian hormones. Okay, ovary are located on one on each side of the lower abdomen and remain attached to the pelvic wall and uterus by ovarian ligaments. Okay, ligaments work as a joint gum. Each ovary structure is like a almond, and it is in length near about 2 to 4 centimeter. The outer region ovary is composed of developing follicles, and the middle region forms the stroma, which contain connective tissue, blood vessels and mature follicles. Okay, the stroma is divided into two regions, the peripheral cortex and the inner medulla. Okay, this is all about ovaries. Okay, I think you all know what is ovary, how, where is located, what is the length of ovary, and what is the function of ovary. Okay, in female body, ovary release one egg after 14 days of menstruation. Okay, and that period when female body releasing egg is called ovulation day. Okay, means how you calculate your ovulation day, if in women have 30 days of menstrual 30 days of menstrual cycle, means they have again menstruation day after 30 days. So you have to be know your ovulation day, like 30, if you have 30 days of menstruation cycle, so you have to be minus 30 minus 14 days. Okay, and the remaining is the number, there is number, if you have 14, then you called them that one a days ovulation from your for your egg. Okay, that one that's the day when your ovary releasing egg from your ovaries. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया आपको? मीन्स ओवुलेशन आपका मेंस्ट्रुएशन डे डिसाइड करता है. अगर आपका किसी भी गर्ल्स में अगर 30 डेज़ का मेंस्ट्रुएशन डे है, ठीक है, तो 30 में से हमें क्या करना है, हमें उसमें से 14 को माइनस करना है, उसमें से जो भी डे आएगा वो आपका ओवुलेशन डे हो जाता है. फिर किसी का 28 भी होता है, किसी का 30 होता है, डिपेंड करता है आपका मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल कितने डेज का होता है. सो बेटा दिस इज ऑल अबाउट फैलोपियन, मीन्स दिस इज ऑल अबाउट योर फैलोपियन ट्यूब, your ovary, sorry, is all about your ovary, not in fallopian tube. We are not going with fallopian tube. Okay, this is about ovary, how your ovulation day calculate in the ovary. Okay, now we are going with accessory duct. Okay, so accessory duct, they are the oviduct or uterus and the vagina. We are here discuss about the oviduct. We also called it fallopian tube, uterus and the vagina. Now this is your oviduct, or we also call it fallopian tube. It is 10 to 12 centimeter long. It extends from the periphery of each ovary to the uterus. Okay, infundibulum, it is the funnel shaped part closer to the ovary. There is a fimbrial like structure, and they are the finger like projection at the edges of the infundibulum, that their work is to collecting the ovum after ovulation. Okay, okay, there is also a ampulla. We also said in fallopian tube, ampulla, isthmus junction in fallopian are the place where egg and sperm get made and fertilized. Okay, that one place in fallopian tube is called ampulla isthmus junction. Ampulla is the wider part of the oviduct, and the isthmus is the last part of the oviduct. It has narrow lumen and join the uterus. Okay beta, so it is your fallopian tube. We also call this oviduct. Okay, now uterus, we also know about the uterus. So uterus is also known as called the womb. It is shaped like an inverted pear. आपने नाशपाती का शेप देखा होगा, उसकी तरीके का होता है थोड़ा. इट इज अटैच टू द pelvic wall by ligaments. Okay, and in the uterus embryo develop into the fetus. Okay, the uterus open into vagina through a narrow cervix part. Okay, and uterine, if you talk about the wall, uterine wall has 3 layers, perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium. Okay, if we talk about perimetrium, it is a thin external membranous layer, and if you talk about the myometrium, it is a thick middle layer made up of smooth muscle, and it is exhibit strong contraction during the delivery of the baby. Okay, means its main function is happening in the when the baby get going to be birth. Okay, endometrium, it is the inner glandular layer that lines the uterine cavity. Okay, and it will be changed in the during menstrual cycle. Okay, if we talk about the endometrium function, beta, like if egg is released from the body, and egg waited in ampulla in stimulus junction between 24 to 72 hours for the sperm. If sperm is going there, if egg gets sperm, they get fertilized and endometrium does not break and there is not menstruation as happening over there. But in case there is no fertilization, means egg has no sperm to be made, so fertilization not occur and the endometrium break and menstruation occur in female body. So endometrium is play very important role in female body. Okay, now next one is there is cervix. Okay, sorry, cervix play very important part because it is a narrow canal connecting the uterus to the vagina. And cervical canal, the cavity of the cervix is called a cervical canal. We also call it birth canal. Okay, because the cervical canal along with the vagina form the birth of baby. Okay, okay, now it's all about their accessory ducts. Okay, if we talk about the external female genitalia, they consist of three parts, three or four parts, like the mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen, and clitoris, as you seen in the first reproductive cycle here. Okay, there is your labia majora, labia minora, hymen, and clitoris. Okay, beta. Okay, now in if you talk about external female genitalia, they consist of mons pubis, labia majora, hymen, labia minora, and clitoris. Okay, now what is mons pubis? It is a mass of fatty tissue present by skin and hair. Labia majora are the fleshy fold tissue that extend from mons pubis to the cover of the vaginal opening, and labia minora, they are the paired both polar tissue under the labia majora. Okay, and hymen, we already talk about the hymen, that it is a membrane cover the opening of the vagina, and it is often torn during the first intercourse, but it can also be broken by the activity participants in some sports like horseback riding, cycling, etc., and sudden failure or joint insertion of vagina, temperature, etc. Means in earlier persons, they said that it is related to virginity, but it is not right, because in some women the hymen can persist even after coitus. The presence or absence of hymen is not a reliable indication of virginity or sexual experience. Okay, clitoris is the tiny finger like projection which is junction of labia minora and urethral opening. Okay, but this is all about your female reproductive system. Okay, now we call here, next one is mammary gland. Okay, is the one accessory gland in female body, that one is mammary glands. Okay, means the presence of functional mammary gland is characterized of the female mammals. Means they are a paired structure of breast, they contain glandular tissue. Okay, and this glandular tissue, each mammary contain 15 to 20 mammary lobes, and in each mammary lobe they have cells we call alveoli. Okay, and because alveoli have function to secrete milk for the nutrition of baby, and this milk is stored in the lumen cavity of alveoli. That means each lobe joint form a mammary duct, and several mammary ducts join to the wider mammary ampulla. Okay, now here is one picture, lactiferous duct. Okay, the mammary ampulla is connected to the lactiferous duct through which the milk is sucked out by the baby. Okay, so it is all about your mammary gland of female reproductive system. In next slide we also discuss about the Gametogenesis. What is gametogenesis? Uh, Gametogenesis is the process by the primary male and female sex organ produce the male and female gametes. Means production of gamete is called gametogenesis. Here we first to know how sperm produce, and the formation of sperm is called spermatogenesis. Means if you have right to know about the spermatogenesis, so you have to write the process by which the immature male gamete or male germ cell, or we also called spermatogonia, produce mature sperm cells in the testes. Okay, if you talk about the production of egg, that one is called oogenesis. Okay, it means oogenesis, the process by which the immature oogonia in the ovarian produce mature ovum. But here in this slide we only talk about the spermatogenesis. Okay, so the process of spermatogenesis begin at the puberty and proceed as follow in the as you see in the slide. Okay, you know the puberty, male get puberty at the age of 17, where their voice get pitch high, and their height will be increased, and their muscles will be strong more. Okay, this is all in the time of puberty. So in the time of puberty in male, there is one more process which we call spermatogenesis. Okay, so the spermatogenesis multiply by mitosis to increase in number. Okay, they are present in the inner wall of the seminiferous tubule. Okay, each spermatogonium is diploid, and each spermatogonium contains 46 chromosomes. Some spermatogonia called as the primary spermatocytes and periodically undergo meiosis to form two equal haploid cell. That one is called secondary spermatocyte, and they contain 23 chromosomes. I hope you all seen in this screen. There is schematic diagram spermatogenesis. Here the first spermatogonia going to division by mitosis, and they produce primary spermatocyte, and there after that the first meiotic division, and they goes to be produce secondary spermatocyte, and they have to contain 23 chromosomes. After that they spermatid undergo spermiogenesis. In spermiogenesis form spermatozoa or sperm. Okay, and the sperm heads are embedded in the Sertoli cells. You know Sertoli cells, they nourish the sperms. Okay, they are finally released from the seminiferous tubule by the process of spermization. Okay, spermatogonia are the immature male germ cells that going for meiotic division to form sperm, and they have contained 46 chromosomes. So beta, in primary spermatocyte they undergo periodic meiosis to form two equal haploid cells. Okay, and they are 46 number in chromosome. In secondary spermatocyte they are haploid cell and arising from the primary spermatocyte. As a result, meiosis first they contain 23 chromosomes, and in spermatids are haploid cell, they arise from the secondary spermatocyte. As a result, meiosis second happening, and they contain 23 chromosomes. Spermiogenesis is the process. Spermiogenesis is the process by which spermatid mature to form spermatozoa, and spermization is the process by which mature spermatozoa are released from the seminiferous tubules. Okay, so this is all about the process of spermatogenesis. Okay, spermatogenesis. After in next class we are describe how hormone affect the spermatogenesis, and also we describe the oogenesis and the hormone which affect the oogenesis process. Okay, so this is all about this lecture. I hope you all understand. So please safe and sound at your home, and keep continuous learning and study well. Okay, thank you.